Alright, welcome AoV fans. Today we are going to have a look at the current performance of Zephys. Zephys is one of, I think, the stronger junglers in the game. You usually see him in the jungle. There's not really that much of a different positioning to that. And I've got a really nice game prepared for you guys, where we are going to just have one stupid situation and one bad situation. The other things are going quite smooth, and that could be because of the build that I want to present you right now. So without further ado, if you like the video, please subscribe to the channel and leave a like. And if you have some adjustments to make, just subscribe to the channel and everyone should be all right. I'm What If Does Gaming, and right now comes the introduction. What is my build? Alright guys, so you know the drill. This is the description of my build. I'm going more sorts of damage wise because of Zephys passive. I'm going to talk about the abilities that Zephys have as well as his passive in the upcoming video. So you got the Leviathan. That gives you some armor and grants you the Frostbite ability. We're going with the Gilded Greaves here for the unique passive resistance, so you get a little bit more resistance against all those pesky control effects. Rank Breaker is here for just shredding through some armor. Omni Arms gets the full package: attack damage, attack speed, lifesteal, cooldown speed, and some max HP. It's a really good item. Fenrir's Tooth is here to get the 30% more damage in when the target's HP is below 50%. It's just such a good item. And the last one is the Blade of the Eternity, because that's just gonna resurrect you, and I don't think that we can actually show this in the upcoming video because game was over pretty soon. The Arcana that I'm using is maximum damage. That means we've got the Onslaught Arcana, 10 of them. We've got the Assassinate, more attack damage and more movement speed because we want to be as mobile as possible. I take Assassinate over Guerrilla. And the last one is the Skewer, and I take that for the Armor Pierce, as you guys might have figured out already. So let's have a look at the enchantment page. We're going here with the Curse of the Death, because this is just great on Zephys. It's really great. It's like a really good thing on him. Devour, get some HP after we kill or assist something, and then we will kill quite some heroes in the upcoming video. This gives us some more attack damage, and the Deadly Claw. You know the deal, Reaper's Blessing. That's always great because the first fatal blow is not a fatal blow at all, and the Gunslinger is here for having some movement speed as well as you can see in the details. We will get some attack damage as well. So Zephys is naturally quite tanky, and therefore we build on almost full damage to make him really shine. So let's hop right into the game and see what I was able to pull off. So guys, here we are with the fresh video. As I said, we are gonna be the person who is gonna be a tanky one, and right there we are starting off with the Kukri. My advice would be to maximize your one at first, I guess. I don't know if I can actually pull it off in the video. I just hope that I'm not telling you bullshit and I did a quite different one in the video. But I would maximize the one for the full effect, and you should always be prepared and take your two in a total way. So if you need to stand still to maximize the effect of your two. So we're starting off at the opposite side of the Spirit Sentinel. I always try to get the Spirit Sentinel as soon as possible. Locking in the Gnoll Cleaver here, because that's the first item we're gonna build before we are going with the boots. And as you can see, nothing spectacular happened. Well, let's have a short talk. I'm upgrading my two. I just forgot what I was talking about, but it doesn't really matter. The game is still quite good. As you're spamming your abilities a lot, you will need the blue buff, especially if you're on clearing. It just means that you will have to take some mana resource, but that's just fine. As you can see, we are building up mana right now, and I'm using a lot of auto attacks. And after the first clear, we just hit level 4, and that's the stuff. Now we want to go in. Wukong makes the mistake of going in here. As I said, I'm using my 2 and I'm standing still. That's something that you should keep in mind. As soon as you start moving, this ability will pause. It will stop, so you don't have the full effect of the ability. And the full effect of the ability is that you're healing up a little bit, as well as dealing more damage. So guys, just be a little bit slow-tempered, don't be too hasty, and everything should be all right. From the abilities, you have your passive, which gives you more armor the more health you lose. And that's what makes Zephys shine a lot, because you will face, for example, some duel situations where you are 1 versus 1. And when the enemy thinks that you are already close to death, you can abuse that ability power that you have by getting your passive out, and enemies will be quite surprised how long Zephys is actually able to stay. And that's what makes him so good, especially in 1 versus 1 or 2 versus 1 situations. And yeah, I think he's a great champion. Is he still only pickable if you pay some stuff for it to get the vouchers? Like, is that still the bonus? I hope not, because I actually find him quite appealing, and he's really, really good. So that's your 1. That's your passive. Your 1 is an ability where you dash forward. That can work as a gap closer, but you have your ult for that as well. And if you use it, you will be able to apply some extra damage afterwards. And as you can see, with the full power of the team, we are able to defend the enemy quite easily. And remember, that was a 3 versus 3 situation, and we managed to get here out alive. Like, every single one got here out alive, and that's crazy. Now we can take the Abyssal Dragon. Your 2 is some kind of ability that you're applying in front of you. There's this little template where you can see where the shots will, or like the stabs will actually hit the enemy. And the cool effect is it does not only apply damage, but you will also be healed for a small amount, making it a really good tool to get some health back. And of course, the more damage you do, the more stuff you will get back from this ability. And last but not least, your ult, using it in the right same moment where I talk about it, is you're flying to a certain position, you're dashing to the ground, and that's gonna apply a knock-up effect to your enemies. And it's really good for initiating fights, as well as you can also avoid fights and go and be out there. And that's quite cool, I guess. So yeah, Zephys has the whole package. He is an AD hero that is an assassin, but still he's quite tanky. And of course you can build this build even more tanky, getting more damage, or getting less damage in, but more tankiness out, and you will be able to survive even better than a butterfly. Like, butterflies tend to have a quite tanky build. Zephys can do that to a much more effective way, and he will be still quite strong, especially if you focus on Arcana and enchantments that infuse his damage output. So, as I said, he's got the full package, and I really like the kit a lot. Like, he's quite mobile, he's still doing a lot of damage, and he has the tankiness to prevent incoming blows and not get killed by a stiff breeze, which makes him quite a good hero, especially for beginners. I just hope that they don't have this stupid buy some vouchers and you get Zephys for free still in the game. I just don't know. Like, it was the first purchase that I ever done in Arena Valor was because of Zephys, and it was the smallest amount of vouchers that I got. But of course, you should not get vouchers just to get this kind of increase. Here we go in, and now I need to get out because I didn't expect Wukong to enter the fight. But a 3-0-6 at 6 minutes of the game actually feels quite nice. Wukong comes in here, is able to get the blue buff. That's all right.
And as you can see now, my whole team goes in. Wukong is dead. Now I do get the blue buff. And unfortunately, I do get some shielding here, but unfortunately, the shot just hits me. And this is the first death. And that was so mean. Why does she do that to me? I was just chilling in her jungle, wanted to make some friends, and now I'm dead. But yeah, as you can already see, 13 versus 0, we're doing quite well against the enemy. Like, that consistency is quite clear. And now I'm back into the game, and we will be doing the jungle rotation as usual, using, as you can see, like, there was a knock-up for real. Like, that knock-up was really nice, and I don't even need my Frostbite talent here to clear that. So your clearing speed is actually really good. And as I just have seen that everyone is gathering around, I thought this might just be a really good opportunity, a really good window to get the Abyssal Dragon for free. And as you can see, luck was on our side. Lumbo did not contest it at all, and right now we have the Rank Breaker. And this is gonna be so much easier to shred the enemy armor. I don't know why in this game I completely forgot about upgrading my jungle item to the last upgrade, to the Leviathan. But yeah, things like that do happen if you're tied up in fights. To get the Omni Arms right now to give us some more sustain, because the healing will be quite... And we're dealing quite some damage to the tower here as well. And as I saw that my team is completely focusing on the top lane, I just felt that I have some brief time, so this does make the game so fast that you can switch lanes that easily, and that you can apply damage to the towers, because you should be always mobile. You should always be moving around to get some towers. Now we got the next tower here. Yeah, I don't know, like, actually went really, really well. Tulin is down here. And as you can see, my armor rate is just gone up. I mean, yeah, my team is doing crazy good damage, but nonetheless, that wasn't a fight that can have been picked easily, and we still managed to get out here alive. And I would think that it is because of my damage reduction ability. The more health I lose, the more armor I do get, and I don't really think that someone has armor penetration build at this very stage of the game. So we're doing quite well. Don't know why I'm dashing around here, like, it was actually quite confusing. Look at the damage, like, that was 2 abilities. That was not even including auto attacks. And yeah, I wanted to get Tulin here. That actually felt quite nice, like the grass came in here to help me, but still, I was doing quite well against that enemy, and right now we are back on track. Raz, with his 2, I don't know, somehow, if you play against Raz and not with him, it just feels so broken that he just gets so much damage just from one ability, and it's getting worse the longer the fight goes, because he just has more items than to build up. So that's the first Spirit Sentinel in a row. And as you can see, like, Wukong does not really stand a chance against me. Like, I've got 24 stacks right now. He is killed again, which means he hasn't got any time in his own jungle. And I try to farm as much from his jungle as possible. And we're waiting for the wave here to arrive, and yeah, I really open up the fight here. It's so easy because you've got such a great initiating tool with your one. Now I'm healed, now I do get some tower shots, blah blah blah, and right now after 11 minutes we are in the game, and I was standing a little bit too far off on the plate, but I wanted to get the Lumbur so that my team can apply the full damage to that Nexus. And as you can see, we're pushing back with Astrid and Lumbur close to the enemy gates, and a lot of minions That's game, and it felt really easy. Like, I'm not someone who wants to bully enemies down, but it felt quite easy. Like, we're doing a really good job here. So yeah, that was my Zephys video. Let's take a look at the stats, but I still think the combination of having great access to a lot of damage, I need to put my fingers here, a great mobility champion, like he's got the 1 to close gaps, he's got the ultimate to close gaps with a knock-up effect, as well as the damage from the 2, which gives you some sustain and healing, and this tankiness coming from his passive makes him a great hero in the jungle. 829, that's not something that you should worry about. And yeah, guys, if you liked the video, leave a subscribe, leave a like, and thank you for watching. I'm Valor Gaming, and I'm out. Bye bye.